Yo, peace to the gods on earth, reflected light from the most honorable master teacher, the melanated mystic Baba G. I also want to, shout out to Carbonation, shout out to all my divine reflections, shout out to Kingdom Calm, um, shout out to the Kingdom of Heaven, you know what I'm saying, divine thoughts. Shout out to Anunnaki clan, shout out to all the gods, you know what I'm saying, and divine beings on this earth plane, in this realm, a chance of opportunity. So let's just get into it. First of all, I want to say, open your mind, and peace be still. Peace be still. Know that you are God. Reflection. We know separation is an illusion. I could drop so many gems. It's like, hold up 1 second. I want to rock my chain, you know what I'm saying? Rock the African necklace. Africa. Mama Africa. You know what I'm saying? Got the all that. First I want to show you my painting that I did. This is a painting I did. And it pretty much shows you, which looks like a chief or Indian. You see the Ankh, you see the flower of life. And this represents the primordial waters of Nun. And it represents him projecting his reality. And you can see the waves here, which could be a serpent. You see the lotus flowers. Very into art, music. I have a lot of music I've done. It's just very underground. I'm super underground. Like, I'm pretty much like what you would say. 1 sec. Again. Hold up. I just want to bring this up higher so get a better camera angle on my beautiful face. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be more, you know what I'm saying? Different levels to the shift. I just want to be more professional. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, I got music in the X-Files. My shit super underground because that's what I am. I'm a needle in a haystack. I'm like a pharaoh that's buried. I'm like treasure that's been buried in time that has yet to be uncovered, has yet to be discovered. You know what I'm saying? Like what Nas said. He said, hold up, I gotta look that bar up really quick actually, because shit tough. Before we get into the download, class is in session. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta open your mind. Your mind is a gold mine that you have to mine, so I have to mind my business, and I also have to, the world is mind, because we know the first Hermetic principle, all is mental. But what I'm trying to show you is this. Okay, check this out. He said, discovering the world before this world, a world buried in time, uncovered with rhymes. It gets no realer. That was crazy when he said that in that song, Sabali, which means patience in the African language. So before we get into this, we're gonna do and I'm a master student, so I'm continually learning more. The universe is teaching me. Nature is my master teacher. All my teachers of life, everything is me. But I want to say that I'm humble, staying humble as a student. I got this track that it goes so crazy. that y'all ain't ready for. The universe was like, nah, they wasn't ready for how hard your shit really is. You know what I'm saying? I might even spit it to you. I might even drop that verse for y'all without the beat. With the beat is hard as fuck. But where was I? Okay, I don't want to get off track. But my life path number is 4, which is a teacher. So I'm here to teach, but I'm also here to learn. And I'm still studying. I'm still in my studies. I still have a lot to uncover within myself and learn. So as I teach, just know that I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? But pretty much, okay, I don't know what that says. Pretty much, this will be an introduction to lucid dreaming, and it will also, we'll do some etymology. Just a simple class, just a simple lesson real quick. Let's start it off like this, because a sister sparked me. My reflection, she sparked me. She asked, is it better to be awake or aware? And I think for me, supreme awareness, right? Because let's go to it. Let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. Wake. Let's just look up the word wake. Emerge, or cause to emerge from a state of sleep, to stop sleeping. So life is a paradox, and you know, my Venus in Libra, my North Node is in Libra, my Ascendant is Libra. So I can see things from both sides. So I can look at that in a good and a bad way. First of all, I want to say that we don't sleep, we rest. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we remember is, see, sleep is the cousin of death, because when you sleep, you pretty much are dead. You die. When you go to sleep, you die. That's why it's better to rest and to stay in that awareness. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to realize, and this is the introduction to lucid dreaming, because one must realize that life is a dream. So you must be aware in all realms to become fully lucid. But first of all, you in a dream. And if you're not aware of the symbolism, and you're not aware of the of words and spells, because that's what we're doing. When we say words, a word is a sword. You know what I'm saying? That you're supposed to battle your demons with. If you spell word, right? Spell sword, and if you take the S at the beginning of sword and you put it on the end, it spells words. And that's why we're taught how to spell. And I just seen, it's in my subconscious, I seen this advertisement of a kids show, and they, you know, when we kids, they tell us everything as a child, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but pretty much I seen a show, an advertisement to a kids show that's like, oh, become witches and wizards. Like I know that you remember watching shows about, oh, welcome to the wizard school, Harry Potter and shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, words are spells and words are powerful. That's why in the Bible it says in the beginning was the word. We also know in the beginning was thought. But we were not even going to go that deep right now. But pretty much when you're spelling a word out, you're casting a spell. That's why you got to be, and I don't even like to use the word you, but because there is no you. There's only I, there's only oneness. I dwell within the supreme oneness of Allah. So there is no you, even though this is the universe, but it's a reflection of you. It's a mirror of oneself. So what I'm trying to say is, I'll be careful with the words that I say, because words are powerful and they hold vibration. That's why when you listen into some violent music and just some music that promotes drugs and violence, it's programming you. And that's why your mind is a garden, and you have to be very careful what you let inside of your mind, because we have to understand the conscious and the subconscious. 95% of one's reality is ruled by the subconscious mind. So what you're putting into your subconscious is playing out in realities, whether it be this reality, whether it be a whole nother realm, and everything is symbolic. In all realms, everything is symbolic. That's why I choose to have beautiful symbolism, you know what I'm saying? Symbols within my reality. And that's, you see, the Egyptians were on a high level of consciousness. That's why they were more visual. I don't think Egyptians spoke too much because of how powerful words are. I think they were more telepathic, and they knew. They would just like look at the symbols. You know what I'm saying? Writing on walls and stuff like that, which is amazing. But yeah, we as a child, you know, that's why we tag. I used to do graffiti. I used to tag on the walls because my soul is in tune with my ancestor, which is me. I am the ancestor, but my soul is in tune with that, you know, that realm of existence, the ancient civilization. So I just took went down a whole road with that. What I'm trying to get to is wake. We have to be careful with the words and the spells that we are using in our everyday life, because what happens when you wake up, right? First of all, you should not be sleeping. You should always stay woke. That's why they say stay woke. But you should always stay in awareness, because you can leave and transition out this reality any moment. So you want to be able to transition in peace, or else shit might be not whatever. So pretty much, what do they call a noun, right? I look up the word wake. You look at here, it says a watch or vigil held beside the body of someone who has died. That's when you go to awake, right? You go to awake to go see somebody that's died. See, the Egyptians understood death. Our ancestors understood death. We do not understand death. We do not understand death. That's why we mourn and we cry. And that's why we say good morning, because we are the walking dead. And we've had these spells placed on us to keep us dead and to keep us asleep and to keep us mentally enslaved and in chains and in shackles. The shackles aren't on our hands, the shackles on our minds. So we must break these shackles by getting in touch with who we truly are and remembering who we are. But I'm break all those chains, all the shackles off my mind, because I'm no slave. I'm a God. And I can't even praise a God outside of myself, because there is nothing outside of myself. I'm the only thing in existence. And tapping into source consciousness. Anyways, what I'm getting to is we must be careful with what we speak, because if we're gonna get up in the AM. Every time you open your eyes in a tomb, you're projecting your reality back in this dream. A lot of people in a dream, and they sleep and they slaves, because we'll sit here and say, oh, good morning. A morning, I know you could say it's a different definition, but let's look up the word morning, first of all. Morning. Morning is sometimes confused with mourning. It sounds like the same word, doesn't it? To mourn something is to feel or show deep sorrow or regret for someone or their death, typically following the conventions such as wearing of black clothes. But that's another thing. They say that black is evil. They say dark is bad and evil and demonic. And they say white and light is good and pure and all these things. This is another condition of the mind for you to not love yourself. Feel regret or sadness about the loss or disappearance of something. So when you get up and when you wake up, right? First of all, awake is when somebody dies and you go see them at their wake. When you wake up in the morning, you think about how twisted this is. You wake up in the morning and you tell me that we're not the Walking Dead around here. I'll wait. Anyways, what I'm getting to is wake up in the morning. That shit is crazy if you really think about that shit. So awake is when somebody died and you go see them in their funeral, in their wake. When they're in their coffin dead, which we know that is just their physical vessel and they are transitioning alive somewhere else. But we crying over their dead body in this. That's, you know what I'm saying? The natives, the Egyptians, our ancient cultures, we understood death and we celebrated death. You know what I'm saying? When somebody died, we had a proper celebration. You know, we didn't. I don't know why we don't wear all white to the funeral. You know what I'm saying? Because white is really death, and that's a whole nother download. Let me get into that a bit. Do you think about sugar, causes diabetes? You think about salt, it's not good for you. Unless it's like pink Himalayan salt or something. You think about the snow. Everything goes to sleep in the snow and the white. You think about, that's just crazy. But and then you just think about it in another sense. Melanated beings, see, melanin is the soul, and melanin is, we just been taught to think things in reverse and to not think about things like everything's been reversed. And that's what the devil is. To live backwards is evil. The evil is the devil. If you lived backwards, you was the devil. So what I'm trying to say is that morning, awake is a funeral, and the morning is when you cry and you mourn over something, feeling, what was the word? What's the definition? To feel or show deep sorrow or regret for someone or their death. But that's the first thing we tell each other when we get up. When we pop back in this dream and this experience, that's the first thing you're gonna tell me. No, I'm not even put that curse on myself. But that's the first thing a lot of people tell each other is good morning. Good morning. But I'm a Libra, so I see the balance. I see the good in everything. So hey, good morning. Hey, we dead, but you know what I'm saying? Good death. You know what I'm saying? So I see the goodness in everything. It's all balanced. So I can see the negative and the good in both. But I'd rather say grand rising. I'd rather say Atum. I'd rather say, yo, peace, God, welcome back to Chance of Opportunity, you know? But what else was it gonna get into? Okay, so actually, I'm gonna leave that video at that. That'll be the end of this video. I might make another video, but that'll be the end of this. Moral of the story, moral of this video and download is, one, to be awake is to have supreme awareness of oneself, and to reach the Cristos or the Christ consciousness or the source consciousness, one must Holy Spirit within inside themselves be resurrected to their God self and their God understanding of knowing who they are, divine knowledge of self. And at that point, that your DNA, right? Your information is within your DNA and your Kundalini. People say the Kundalini is evil. People say snakes are bad and this and this and that. The serpent gave you the knowledge, and just when you tap into your DNA and when you tap into nature and you tap into science and mathematics, you'll realize the Kundalini and the serpent is rising up to your higher self. See, you sleep when you in your lower self, and you gonna think that the snake is bad or the serpent is bad, but you are the serpent. So you in your lower self, you're gonna think everything good is bad, but in your higher self, you'll be able to see things clearly, and you'll rise up to your higher self. That means your DNA is activating, and this is getting deep, but your Kundalini is rising up the two serpents, duality, good and this side, that side. You are a dualistic being. You have masculine and feminine energy, and when those are in balance, they will rise up your Kundalini in your spine. And Christ died at 33. You have 33 vertebrae. So when you see the Pharaoh, this shit deep as fuck. I don't know if I want to get that deep. Fuck it. We're already there. I wanted to end the video, but let's just keep going deep. You see the Kundalini rising up, because this is what I needed to get this out. It's been past due that I spit some crazy knowledge and put it out into the ethers, put it out into the Akashic records. I'm just giving you a little bit of my energy because I'm protecting and conserving my energy. Because, your boy on the Kundalini, I could be vibrant. I could be my lower self, higher self. It's a journey. But when the Kundalini, when your higher self is activated, your God self, and your most balanced self, Maya, then the Kundalini will rise. The Kundalini serpents will rise, which is the DNA strands being activated. And that's when you see the Pharaoh with the serpent, or Uraeus. I don't know the Kemetic term for it, but when you see the serpent on top of the Pharaoh's headdress, and you see divine mathematics within all of this world, really, because this world is built off of Egyptian mathematics, and you'll see divine mathematics everywhere you go in African culture. But you see the serpent on top of the Pharaoh's head, signifying that he is God, that he is his higher self, that he has reached supreme awareness, that he has reached his God self, that he is the walking serpent, that he is as wise as a serpent. You know what I'm saying? Or wise as an owl. However the saying goes, it'll come back to me. But pretty much that, there's a lot to it. Like, shit is deep. But should just end it at that, really. I wanna just end it at that. I think I might make a part 2. But peace to the guys. I love myself.